Coming up, Taco Bell is inviting customers to get creative. We'll be telling you how you can join in.
Plus, we're showing you how to make a sweet and easy savory appetizer. That's coming up in today's What's Cooking. Welcome into Studio 10. I am Joe.
I'm Jennifer. Chelsea has the week off.
All right, so we got lots of food to talk about today, too. Right now, Nukes is setting up in the kitchen. They've got their pick 3 items. We'll show you that in just a little bit.
Excited. A good day here on Studio 10.
A good day for sure. We are starting off, however, with just a little bit of sad news here, especially for fans. Heavy metal icon Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76.
On social media, the British rocker's family said that he passed on Tuesday morning surrounded by his loving family. Osbourne launched his career as the frontman of the band that would become Black Sabbath in 1968 and later went solo.
He revealed in 2020 he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Osbourne's passing comes just weeks after he performed with Black Sabbath in England in what was billed as his farewell show.
He was known by monikers the Prince of Darkness and the Godfather of Heavy Metal. Osbourne had a second career as a reality TV star with his family on the show titled The Osbournes in the 2000s.
The legendary musician toured all over the world, including shows in Mobile in 1972, 1978, and 1984. So kind of one of those things where he had 2 parts to his career. He had the music, obviously, and that was it with Black Sabbath and his solo career, and that's what he's known for. That's why he became famous. But really, that reality show introduced him and his family to a whole nother audience and age group and demographic for a long time with that coming up. So a lot of people know the Osbournes now through that show, or depending upon, where you know him from, the music from before that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I can still think of some of the memes that they almost have of him, of yelling his wife's name, Sharon.
Sharon.
So I always enjoyed that growing up because I was definitely younger by that point. And so I just know that this news, it hit the newsroom hard yesterday once it was announced and we sent it to your phones, that a lot of folks there were just talking about it.
Sure.
Big news.
Yeah, we had Malcolm Jamal Warner died 2 days ago from The Cosby Show. That one hit hard. That was an accident. Ozzy the next day. Both were kind of social, cultural icons that people had connections to through their music or TV. So they'll definitely be missed. Another icon, of course, is Prince, and the purple one is heading back to the big screen.
Yeah, Prince's 1987 concert film, Sign of the Times, will play exclusively in IMAX theaters worldwide for a limited run starting August 29th.
Directed by and starring the late pop legend, the classic movie features performances with his band, including the drummer Sheila E.
It captures Prince at his peak, performing iconic hits like If I Was Your Girlfriend and his duet with Sheena Easton, You Got the Look.
Yeah, I think for me, strangely, this was the era of Prince that I wasn't as into. Before that was Purple Rain, and I was really into that. And then after that, he kind of had a revitalization with some more songs. And Prince and the New Power Generation, that came out with some albums after that. But I kind of missed this part. Regardless, Prince is a massive superstar. You can find this on IMAX if you want to check it out.
I'm sure a lot of folks will be heading to the theaters to catch that. Well, speaking of food news now, Taco Bell announces a contest giving customers a chance to control its menu.
This is a unique theory here. The fast food chain announced yesterday the launch of a fan style, an option on the restaurant's app where customers can now create, name, and share their custom Taco Bell orders.
Taco Bell says the more a fan's custom meal gets ordered by others, the more reward points they will earn. To compete in the contest, you must be a Taco Bell Rewards program member and no purchase is necessary.
The fast food chain says certain fan-created orders will be featured on the national menu later this year. Fans will have until August 13th to enter a custom order. So the theory is if you get the fans involved, more people will get involved and more people will be inspired to check out the combos. I don't know if I'm going to do all that, but I am kind of interested in their chicken wraps thing they came out. I want to try it just to see how it is.
It's now, it went from like the chicken sandwich wars a few years ago, and I'm just waiting for like the chicken wrap wars to kind of heat up. I feel like everyone's coming out with their own, but it hasn't quite been a big discussion yet.
McDonald's just came back with theirs.
Popeyes has some out
Popeyes,
too. Yeah.
It's happening.
It's happening. So if you get creative with your Taco Bell order, I want to go ahead and submit it there.
That's right. And if you want a dessert, maybe this. Chips Ahoy is entering the Upside Down.
The cookie company is teaming up with Stranger Things for a limited edition treat. The cookies feature a new chocolatey base, fudge chips, and a red strawberry flavored filling. This is the brand's first ever fruit flavored filling.
As part of the collaboration, Chips Ahoy is also releasing retro-inspired packs to make it look like you're in the 1980s. The new cookies will be available nationwide starting August 11th. That's ahead of the Stranger Things 5th and final season, which releases around Thanksgiving. Kind of cool packaging there. It looks Stranger Things-esque.
Very cool. I appreciate a good Chips Ahoy cookie, but I don't know if I'll be eating this one.
The strawberry filling kind of throws me off a little bit.
Especially strawberry flavored filling. I don't know.
We mentioned earlier we do a lot of taste tests.
Yeah.
I was talking with Lee about it. We'll try it on the set and let people know.
I'm sure that this one will be tried. Well, let's go ahead and talk more about your forecast right now because it's starting to really heat up out there. Now, we do have some of those rain showers making their way across portions of the southeast. We're not so much included in this. We had some very light isolated sprinkles closer towards Atmore earlier this morning. Now we're turning a bit more quiet, just some sunshine, some cloud cover out there. A nice but hazy view over downtown Mobile from our Navigator Credit Union camera. And those temperatures, it's hot and toasty. We're at 90 degrees, dew points in the mid 70s, so it's feeling like 101 out there. This trend will only continue heading into the rest of today. Those temperatures all across our area in the upper 80s and the lower 90s, but the heat indices, those feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Look at that. Atmore already feeling like 109 along with Monroeville. Chatham feeling like 106. The Mississippi side starting to see 103, 104, and then also down to the southern Baldwin County already seeing 105 down at Gulf Shores. Now over the next few hours, those temperatures will tick up. As mentioned earlier, a little bit of disagreement on the Futurecast models and what's going to play out heading into the rest of today. If you see more sunshine, less of the potential rain coverage, you will turn hot. Look at those heat indices. This one's even wanting to bring in temperatures closer towards 115 for the feels like temperatures. Stay hydrated, take breaks. You're almost rooting for some of that rain coverage to help cool you down. Rain coverage will be higher for central to southern Mobile, Baldwin counties and portions of the Florida Panhandle, but I'll break down more of those details and the timing coming up in just a little bit.
I feel bad for the humans out there, but also for the dogs that are used to taking walks. Right now, it's just not the time to get out there and do that.
Enjoy the AC, turn off the lights inside, and just try and cool down.
That's right. Well, if you need to sell your home on a tight timeline, you might be interested in what we're about to tell you about.
More information on that is coming up next right here on Studio 10 with Heartland Buys. We'll be right back after this. Well, welcome back in. Today we are joined by Ren Bartlett. He is here to talk about the real estate investment firm Heartland Buys. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, happy to be here.
Well, we're so excited to have you. And so first I want to get started. Why exactly did you go into this business?
Oh man, really by accident. I just had a curiosity in transforming houses, and once I got started into that, we really realized very quickly how much of an impact we could help with the people that we buy homes from, and it was super, super rewarding. And so from there, I just kind of went all in with it.
And here at Fox 10, we talk about interest rates a lot on homes. And so how have you found that this has been impacting you lately in your business?
Yeah, there is not a whole bunch of impact. You know, we buy and pay for cash, and so it doesn't really affect us at all.
So that's good. So regardless of what the market is looking like, you guys are in a good place to go ahead, buy and sell some of those homes. And today you specifically also wanted to highlight one of the homes that you worked on. And we actually have some of the photos here. And so tell us just a little bit about this house and the story with it.
Yeah, so this is a kind of a really awesome story and really speaks to what we do. So this seller reached out to us on this property. He had inherited the property and did not realize that it still had a mortgage associated with it. So by the time they had gotten through the probate process, he was like 14 days from foreclosure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so didn't know what to do, was really frazzled, and it was kind of a distressed asset. So we came in, paid cash, navigated the complexities of wrapping up the foreclosure with his attorney, and, you know, kept that off his plate, removed that stress. And now, as you can see, we were able to remodel this house and just make an amazing product at an amazing price that hopefully a new family will be able to make memories in for years to come.
Well, that's great, especially to be in such a confusing time. Probate, you have to really navigate some waters that you might be unfamiliar with. So to have someone that can help you out right there, make something a lot better, and then also be able to do it in such that time frame that was offered to. And so if they're interested in learning more about you guys, they call Heartland Buys. What can they expect with that?
Well, first they can expect kindness. You know, we really are big on treating people with kindness and respect. But from there, we just ask a couple questions, make sure that it would be a good fit for the person interested in selling. We run out and on the spot evaluate the property and make a cash offer right there, all within 45 minutes.
All within 45 minutes. So a nice, quick, easy process. And was there anything else that you want to include about Heartland Buys? Just anything that folks should keep in mind with this process?
You know, it's just being educated, making sure that it's the right decision for you. Often we tell people if you have the perfect house and the perfect neighborhood and the perfect situation, you should go list it with the realtor. It's what's going to be best for you. But if you have a problem house or you have repairs that you know would need to be made to go and sell it to somebody getting a traditional loan product, it's going to be rather difficult. Not everybody has $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to replace a roof. That's where we come in, and we're just the easy button. So.
Nice things to keep in mind. So if you know anyone that has something going on with their home like that, you want to learn more about Heartland Buys, get in touch with them. How can they go about finding your information?
You can search us on Google, you know, heartlandbuys.com, or you can just search Heartland Buys Mobile, Alabama. I also encourage people to read our reviews. Our sellers tell amazing stories about how we go above and beyond every day.
Well, that is great. And was there anything else you want to include today?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And as always, we're going to have all of their information on our website as well, fox10tv.com, under the Studio 10 tab. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Yep.
Joe. Well, going ahead and talking more about your forecast right now, live view outside down in Orange Beach. Just starting to see some beautiful water conditions out there. It looks stunning to begin for today. Calm water, quite a few folks getting out there and enjoying it to start off for this Wednesday. And it's hot and it is sunny out there. We're starting to see those temperatures in the lower 90s, dew points upper 70s. So noticing some of that higher humidity, and that feels like temperatures closer towards 105. Now over the next few hours, those winds will continue to stay mostly calm out there, closer towards 5 to 10 miles per hour, just ranging variable, just mainly out of the south, however. But the rip current risk at our local beaches, it is low for today, moderate heading into tomorrow, and then high by the time we get closer towards Friday. So we will start to see our rip current risk beginning to bump up out there. Just make sure that you're being cautious. Always know the name of the beach you're located on, where the closest lifeguard stand is. Pay close attention to those beach flags. Hopeful that we'll start to see some of those improvements by the second half of the weekend. But also checking in on the tropics, there is one area that we're monitoring out there, and it's going to be an area of low pressure that's beginning to push off the coast of South Carolina and Georgia there. It's going to be tracking over Florida really over the next couple of days, and it is expected to continue west-southwest into the Gulf waters. Now by the weekend, the system is likely to move inland, so it has that very short period of time that it will be over open water, and low chances to develop that 10% for the next 48 hours and the next 7 days. However, regardless of development, we are going to start to see our rain chances beginning to increase here, plus also starting to see the rip current risk beginning to increase. So that's going to be the culprit right there, where we're going to start to see some of that higher surf, some more of that increased rain coverage, very similar to what we saw last week, but even lower chances for that development to take place. Now here locally, we're going to be dealing with heat and humidity, and quite a bit of it heading into the remainder of today. Again, Futurecast models still in a little bit of a disagreement for the scenario that's going to be playing out for this afternoon. We are anticipating showers and thunderstorms, but the coverage, that'll be the big question. So if you see less chances for that rain, it's going to be hot, it's going to be toasty, once again feeling easily like the triple digits out there. Then the rain will start to increase by Thursday and Friday, courtesy of what we're tracking out there in the tropics. Again, low chances to develop, but we'll still see some of those impacts. And then we quickly rebound with those temperatures by the second half of the weekend. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to be breaking down more details on your forecast and timing things out on our Futurecast. That's coming up in just a little bit. Joe. Well, a great thing to keep in mind, especially on this hot summer day. Well, there is still more to come on Studio 10, but first, let's go ahead and check in with our Ashlyn Mitchell to come up on what's coming up on Fox 10 Midday. Good morning, Ashlyn.
Yeah, good morning to you as well, Jen. Here's a sneak peek at what we're following for Fox 10 Midday. First, in your local headlines, a major shopping development is coming to southern Baldwin County. The Foley Planning Commission voting this morning to build the brand new facility, and we'll tell you what it is coming up. Plus, in national news, President Trump announcing new trade deals with a handful of countries. We have the very latest for you straight ahead. And finally, as always, a look at your forecast with Jen. All of this and more is coming up on Fox 10 Midday at 11. We'll see you then.
Well, thank you, Ashlyn. Looking forward to that. We'll see you the next hour. Well, a new way to get your teens to limit their social media use. This and more is coming up in today's tech. That's all in our coming up after this break right here on Studio 10. Well, taking another look at your forecast right now in a live view outside over downtown Mobile from our all-in credit union camera. Dolphins just starting to see some sunshine out there. Temperatures right around 90 degrees, dew points mid-70s. So feeling more like the triple digits, feeling like 101 out there. Only anticipating those numbers to continue to tick up heading into the rest of today as our daytime highs, those are going to be maxing out mid-90s once again. It's going to be hot. It's going to be toasty out there. Those temperatures will be above average for what we should be seeing this time of year. Normally we should be in the lower 90s. Instead, we're seeing those mid 90s. Luckily, nowhere near that previous record of 100 degrees set back in 1924. Now, the heat indices is going to be feeling much hotter than that once you take all of that humidity into account. Easily feeling like the triple digits out there, especially we still have some rain chances out there later on for today. If you see less of that rain coverage, you'll be seeing some of those hotter temperatures. Timing things out in our futurecast, we start off for this morning, seeing some of those clear skies out there, introducing some more of that cloud cover just a little bit after lunchtime, and then rain coverage really begins to ramp up closer towards 2 and 3 o'clock. Now, I am anticipating the majority of the rain coverage to be located closer towards central to southern Mobile, Baldwin counties and the Florida Panhandle. Right along and on the south side there of I-10. Some heavier downpours, some lightning, some thunder. That'll all be possible in any of these storms later on for tonight. We will turn a bit more isolated once that sun begins to set. Not totally zero, though, as some of those showers and thunderstorms could even linger heading into the overnight hours. The Rubco risk at our local beaches, it is low for today. Moderate heading into tomorrow. High once we get closer towards Friday with that surf height closer towards 1 to 2 feet. Water temperatures already beginning to tick back up, resting in the upper 80s. Over the next 7 days, we will start to see those rain chances at around 50% for today. Again, mainly higher for central to southern Mobile, Baldwin counties. By Thursday and heading into Friday, that's where we're turning much more soggy. Again, a very similar look to what we just saw last week, that we're starting to see that tropical disturbance beginning to move through, increasing the rip currents out there, turning us a bit more soggy for Thursday and Friday. That lingers a little bit heading into Saturday, and then by Sunday, heading into the early part of next week, we enter back into our summertime pattern here on the Gulf Coast. I'm going to continue to keep you updated on your forecast. That's all coming up on Fox 10 Midday. Some more details coming up in the 11 a.m. hour. Joe.
No. America's the land of the free, right? I don't know if they're going to be able to rein this in, but maybe putting some helpful tools in place could be a thought.
Yeah, that's exactly right, especially that app. Of course, there's an app for that, but it helps you limit your time. You get to set those limits. Plus, also remember something similar in college, too, that if we stayed off our phones, we got rewards and we got to turn those into gift cards. So a little bit of a similar concept. Well, two very different international films, each with an impressive pedigree, are coming to the U.S. David Daniel has details in today's Hollywood Minute.
Time to cut you down to size! He's not exactly your average kid.
The fantasy sequel Ne Zha 2 is the year's biggest hit, grossing a reported $2.2 billion worldwide, the highest grossing movie in Chinese history and the highest grossing non-English film ever. Now the trailer is out for an English dubbed version headed to U.S. theaters, including IMAX and 3D screenings beginning August 22nd.
Ukrainian forces have now launched their much-talked-about counter-offensive.
Expected to be the biggest military operation in Europe since World War II.
The Oscar-winning director of 20 Days in Mariupol returns with 2,000 Miles to Andriivka, showing Ukrainian soldiers battling through a heavily fortified forest on a mission to retake a Russian-occupied village. The film won the Best Director prize at Sundance this year. It opens in New York Friday, with more cities to follow, and will air on PBS Frontline this fall. In Hollywood,
I don't know if that's something I'll ever get to.
Yeah.
But I think it would be fun to witness everybody dressed up and all that kind of
Exactly.
stuff.
Just kind of just sit there, people watch, and I mean the creativity that people bring to these.
Pretty cool stuff.
Very cool. Well, a woman who just gave birth at home surprises a pair of EMTs.
It happened July 1st, and on Monday, the EMTs and the woman had a reunion.
Fox's Ingrid Kelly has the story.
It's a reunion full of double joy. Two Detroit Fire Department EMTs, Bakari Stanley and Michael Batch, returning to the home they responded to for a 911 call about a woman in labor.
We didn't know what was going on. Mama was screaming. We seen a baby laying there.
At first, these EMTs believed Jessica Johnson's delivery was over, so they rushed to assist the baby.
Clamp and cut the cord.
But then, out of nowhere, the mom yells,
"I gotta push," and we like, "Push? We got one right here."
It's not the first surprise. After months of thinking she was having only one baby, Johnson learned a few weeks ago she was having two, and she thought they would be delivered in a hospital.
They sure did come early.
These two emergency responders have not been on the job long and never delivered a baby before.
Looked up, the baby was crowning.
I was a little bit nervous. Definitely walking into the situation.
But their training kicked in, and these EMTs played their position, helping deliver the second baby.
And she just shot out and just into my partner's hands.
I was very happy that I was there to help out Mom.
Johnson, who has 3 other children, was also happy.
Everything went smooth. Everything went good. The girls are healthy.
Meet Janiyah and Jalea Howard, born July 1st. And after this special delivery earlier this month, the EMTs returned Monday with a special delivery of their own.
We got some stuff in back here. We got some stuff for her. We got a bed that we're going to put up for her, and a crib for both of the twin daughters.
The older kids also got toys.
I thank God for it, and I'm just speechless right now. Just speechless.
And as these EMTs wrap up this mission, they say they've learned some critical awareness about themselves.
I learned that I really just enjoy the job and I like helping out people.
The joy and just helping people.
In Detroit, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
Always good to see people helping people.
It is.
So, you know, there's that phrase, killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Well, in Vermont, they're creating 2 eagles from 1 tree trunk.
So thanks to sculptor John Montanage, chainsaw, this decades-old maple tree in a city park is being transformed into artwork. St. Albans city officials determined that the tree was in bad health and needed to be taken down due to the potential safety hazard of falling branches.
Okay, so instead of chopping the tree and planting grass seed, officials had another idea. They're going to honor the long-standing tree with something more attractive to the eye, as you're seeing here. The city says the wooden artwork is drawing attention and it's a more cost-effective solution.
There are plans for another dead tree in the park to also get an art transformation. I like that.
We've had a lot of sculptures today, from butter sculptures at the Ohio State Fair to this in Vermont. So plenty of stuff to see out there. I think in this case particularly, it's great use.
Exactly, yeah, it's already there. You get to make it pretty and it gets to stay there as well. Nice nature piece.
Good stuff. Thanks for watching us here on Studio 10. You may not want to be outside in nature too much today because it's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot. I'll have more details on that coming up on Fox 10 Midday.